really enjoy being around the guys and getting to explore the city a little bit more too. So yeah, it's been fun.
What was the process like to find Iowa and to get to Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, when I first entered the portal, that first day was nuts. I mean, there was 60 to 70 schools reaching out like right away, and it was a hectic couple days, taking phone calls, texts, all that stuff. And Iowa reached out first. I mean, they were, top three for sure within the first 20 minutes. So that intrigued me right out of the gates. Obviously, a super successful program and a great conference. So that kind of just led on to conversations, and I got down on a visit. It was a short one. Got to meet the guys and talk to coaches a little bit more, and it seemed like a great fit.
What do you like the offense? When you learned about the offense?
Yeah, my freshman year at Valpo, we ran something pretty similar with just a lot of freedom within a motion offense. So I liked it. I'm so familiar with it, and I'm looking forward to finding myself in it again. We ran something a little bit different my last 2 years at Valpo, but it's a good offense.
The success that they've had putting guys in the league, is that super appealing to you?
Yeah, I mean, that was a big thing, just watching, how these coaches have developed big guys, and, obviously seeing how, Phil Bracha, found success here and coming from a mid-major program like me. So, yeah, that was definitely intriguing.
Coming from Valpo, have you been kind of shocked at the talent that's surrounded you so far here at Iowa?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely, I would say, from top to bottom, a little bit more talent and probably a little more physicality and speed of things. But I mean, Valpo had players too. There's talent everywhere. So.
Did it lock in your decision to come here after the visit, or what did lock in that decision?
Yeah, I think just coming here and seeing things with my eyes, and obviously over the phone and texting, and you don't actually see it. So to come in person and meet everybody, and just get to see the gym, and yeah.
Was there anything in particular that really stood out on the visit?
Just talking to the guys. I think just realizing that I could fit the culture, and very similar work ethics with a lot of the guys and things like that. So that's it.
What about NIL? Like for you said you got 60 to 70 calls. So how do you sift through all that, and what made Iowa stand out in that regard?
I mean, NIL it was a piece of what I was looking for, but it wasn't the main thing. I mean, I came to affect winning and hopefully have a big role in that, and obviously set me up on a pro trajectory. So I mean, NIL was a factor, but I wasn't out chasing money or anything like that.
Having Evan around, another MVC guy, has that kind of made things a little bit easier, a little mutual understanding, some guy you can relate to moving up to this level?
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, just to talk about our Valley days, and I know he was only in the league 1 year, but yeah, just talking about our experiences and things he learned at Belmont and how they scouted me and how we scouted them, and we just talked about that. And then obviously coming in here together was big, and just getting to lean on each other. We're also roommates too, so that's been cool.
Does Fran see you like as a 4 or 5, or what message have you gotten from him on that?
Yeah, I feel like a little bit of both, kind of depending on what we need. So it's just pretty needs based, I guess. So yeah.
How would you describe your game?
I like to think of myself as a very versatile player. I can obviously do some damage on the blocks, and have a mid-range game, and can expand my range too, and looking to expand it even more and become more of a perimeter threat.
Benefit, you get to go on a foreign tour. How excited are you for that?
Yeah, that's huge. We had one my freshman year, and I mean we just went up to Canada, so it was really back home for me. But that was big, just getting those 10 official practices in, and being with the guys off the court and experiencing something like that in a different country is huge.
Have you been to Spain and France before?
No, I've never been to Europe.
When you hopped into the portal, were you expecting to hear from Iowa before you put your name in, or was it sort of a happy coincidence?
Yeah, I guess it was just coincidence. I mean, I just threw my name in there, once the coaches at Valpo got let go, and it just opened everything up. So.
You look at the offense specifically for the big man. I know you're still kind of getting used to the system, but the freedom that Frank's system allows you to play with. How attractive was that for you, and how excited are you knowing that you can kind of affect all levels of the court?
I mean, it's very intriguing from the start, and obviously something that I really like. and just the way he instills confidence in his players, and especially me, is huge. You know, he's not going to pick you apart for taking a bad shot or whatever. We're going to learn and figure out what a good shot is. But you know, just the way he uplifts guys has been awesome.
If there wasn't a coaching change, would you have gone in the portal?
It was something I was considering. I think it made my decision easy once they let the coaches at Valpo go. But it was something that I was considering.
How's the on-court chemistry going? And again, I know you've only been here a few weeks, but how is that kind of just going in the early stages of it?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, we have a lot of unselfish guys who are willing to move the ball and play the right way. So, I mean, I can't say enough about the guys. They've been great.
Any teammates in particular that you've really gelled with so far?
I mean, with Patrick, I mean, we're living together with Evan, and you know, those few guys have been great. With Luke Krikke too. I mean, honestly, everybody has. You know, I've tried to come in here and build relationships with a lot of guys, so feeling good and comfortable with everyone.
When you have a group that there's a lot of veterans, but I feel like for every veteran there's an equally new guy, someone who's in their first year at school or in their first year at Iowa. What's that vibe like?
Yeah, it's been cool. I mean, with the number of freshmen we have, is you know, I can share my experiences that I've had in college with them. You know, I was at a different place, obviously, but you know, still having that college experience, I think, will be, you know, big for me to share with them.
Could you compare this to your freshman year at school? Like, is it very similar in that you're brand new, or is it very different?
I think it's similar, just from a way that, you know, everything is different. I mean, these guys have never been here. This is a completely new territory for them. So, from that standpoint, yeah, I can share a lot with them.
Anything that you've learned about your own game, about the game in general, here in this first 3 weeks that maybe you didn't know in your experience prior?
Yeah, I mean, I guess our pace of play here is a lot faster. So just kind of finding myself in that and not adjusting my game, but finding ways that I can exploit defenses better. So, you know, we're playing fast, so just keep running the floor, things like that.
On that note, are there any on-court